I hate it.
That's a song, everyone.
I
Look it up.
hate it. I hate it. I just hate it. I don't. God, all of the quips. I don't know. I wouldn't even call them quips.
Take a breather.
All the shitty fucking jokes are just bad.
Keep scoring lucky hits.
Where did it go? I don't understand the point. As soon as the razor turned like red, I did the dodge and I got hit anyway. That time I didn't even get a targeter. And then I'm trying to dodge and I'm getting hit by off-screen rockets. I feel like the combo system really falls apart once they give you these type of like boss enemies or like sub-boss enemies. It's like the combat system just falls apart because you just don't have the tools necessary to deal with the shit that's happening. The dodge is terrible. Like, it just is terrible. You can't see because the camera is so zoomed in on your character to show you all the cool shit they're doing that you can't really see what's going on in the battlefield around you. So you just get hit by a bunch of shit. Like, that was cool.
Apparently, that was the last.
Might as well fight you all at once.
Time for some shut-eye.
And I just got shotgunned out of the air right there for no reason.
Got one.
Okay, I broke the shield on one of them and she attacked everybody but that one. I feel like this game needed, and yeah, it's a games as service, so I'm sure that the developers are like, they don't give a shit, right? Like, but it's I hate this model that games have developed, where it's like, well, we intend on supporting the game anyway, so just release it in however it is. And then we'll just keep patching it because we were going to do that anyway. But it's like, I really wish they would have, like, because this game feels like it needs another little while. Like, either to make the shit just work better. To be like, the combat needs to be a little bit less janky. Like, not just visually, but like, what's happening sometimes just doesn't work, or characters just start like not doing the like lock-on stuff they're supposed to do. It's like weird and janky feeling, right? So like I feel like it needed more time for that, and also it runs like shit. Like just runs like shit. Especially on the PS4, it ran like complete and total trash last weekend when I played it on the PS4. So it just feels like it needs more time, because like I can see an awesome game here, but it's I don't know, man. The characters also need more powers. and you know, they might have more powers in the full release. Like you might be able to switch out what these 1, 2, and 3s do. Like there might be different powers to put there, but there should just be more of them. Like I feel like the system of having one support, one attack, and one ultimate is just not good. I should just want more powers. I just want more. It's like, I don't know. It's really... too little. There's not enough characters. Yeah, there's not enough characters in the game. There's not like enough. Combat system is super shallow, like super shallow. So shallow that the talent trees that they clearly want the game to have are just like one of the whole talent tree is just there to to unlock the base combat system. Because once you have the base combat system unlocked, there's not much else. It's because it's very boring, like very shallow. Shallow, basic, I should say. Maybe not shallow, because like you with Black Widow especially, you can string together a big long line of shit, right? But all the shit is very simple and very basic. All right, I don't know why that didn't dodge.
You're good now.
Guess I do, but
Where are all my teammates? So I guess my original thought was, man, I really wish they would have delayed this for like another year or so, or 6 months or so, to like make it a good, finished, polished game with like a deep and engaging combat system. But it really looks like they just copy-pasted generic enemy types from brawler games. Here's a rocket launcher boy. Here are floating drone boys. Here's a shield guy who holds a shield. It's like, I don't know. It's nothing's interesting here. And, you know, I get it. It's a games as service. So to them, none of that matters because that's content they can put out to string you along to keep playing it. So for them, it's like, really all they want to do is get a framework out. As soon as they get the framework out, then they can just start adding all the stuff that would make it an interesting game. But I would rather just have an interesting game from the get go. And to me, it's like, I don't know, super shallow. It's very simple and very basic to me. You have earned the heroic nameplate reward. You will be granted the reward when you log into Marvel Avengers at launch. Well, I won't because I do not intend on buying this. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your support. Pre-order now. No thank you. It's like, I could see in a year from now, a year's worth of patches from now, I could see this being a fun game. If they address some stuff, right? The constant, like, just wild camera shake and shit. I don't even know why they put it in there. There's probably an option in the options to turn it off, but it shouldn't even be there. It just shouldn't be there. I'm not gonna say I have a big Omega $15 billion computer that can handle anything, but I do have a very good computer. And I'm not playing at 4K, I'm playing at 1440. So it's not like I'm playing at 4K with max graphics, and therefore that's why my shit is running trash. I'm playing at 1440p. I am playing at max graphics, but again, I have a very capable computer, right? But it's not like a constant thing. It's just like when stuff happens, it's like the whole engine, the game engine can't handle it, is what it feels like. It doesn't feel like my computer is bottlenecking. It feels like the game engine itself is bottlenecking. So it's like in a year, I'm excited for this game in a year from now. Is really what it is. But 2 weeks or like, fuck no. No, absolutely not. But I guess, as the game, because it's a game as service, that doesn't matter to them. They just want the framework. They don't care. Like, it doesn't really matter if there's only 6 characters and the combat system is super shallow, because to them, You know, it might just be, well, if the combat system is too shallow, we'll just add to it, right? Or if there's not enough characters, then we'll just keep putting characters out. They just want a framework to get online so they can start making that sweet, sweet microtransaction dollars. And but I mean, I'll check back with it in like a year or so. But it's just, to me, it's just not there. It's too simple. Oh, did I get a second one of those? Oh, I did. Oh, man, you have to get 5 to get the next tier up. And you know, not to speak about the microtransaction stuff, I to me, color swaps are not worth currency. That's just, you know, you can say I'm crazy or what, but palette swaps are not worth currency. This does not take any extra effort. All you have to do is go in and change the RGB values of shit. This is color. I don't think color swaps should be worth anything. The only thing that takes work is the is the costume, because they had to make this. As far as changing colors, you just change RGB values on shit. That to me, that should not be worth credits. So there's all that, you know. I don't know. These are so lame. These costumes are, I mean, like, they don't. It's not even. They don't even change her hairstyle. Could have just given her, I don't know, something. It's weird. It's also weird that they're not, like, I guess technically they do have one or two costumes from the comic books. Like, here's supposed to be Fear itself, but they were too lazy to put the helmet on her. In the Fear itself, she's got like this cool Splinter Cell helmet, but they didn't want to fuck with it. So they just took like their generic pattern for that other costume and just kind of changed it a little bit to sort of resemble the Fear itself costume. But like they didn't, you know, the costumes from the comics, I guess, is really what I want. And there's some of them. I don't want to be too negative Nancy about that. Like, you know, it says illustrious, but that's pretty close to like an older Iron Man outfit. Hulk has Mr. Fix-It. Where is it at? Oh, maybe he doesn't have Mr. Fix-It. Yeah, he does. I know it's in there somewhere. I know he's got Mr. Fix-It in there somewhere. Mr. Fix-It is a cool costume from the comic books, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of these are just super generic. That's like they all kind of build off the same stuff, right? It's like, you know, like these, like the Agent and the Blood Moon, yeah, they're palette swaps, right? It's palette swaps. And the Fear itself one is almost a palette swap. Like stuff like this is okay, but I don't know. I'm not impressed with the stuff that you pay money for. I'm not impressed at all. I'm not really that impressed with the video game itself. There are, I don't know, like there are some missions in this game that literally take 25 seconds. Like you spend longer loading into the mission than you do in the mission. You load in, and then you as like it to destroy 4 computers, but you basically load into the room the computers are in, and then each party member just goes and destroys a computer, and it's over. That's the whole mission. So it's like you sit around in these menus for 2 to 3 minutes fucking with your stuff, and then you go into the mission and it's over in 30 seconds. And there's several of those, and I imagine in the full game there's going to be a lot of those. Just my speculation is it's going to be a lot of those, and then a handful of the open world ones. That's what I imagine. And even the open world ones aren't that much different. They're just a couple of those in a row. Like there's still the control point shit, destroy computer shit. Like it's the same mission types. It's just a bigger arena in which to do them. So I don't know. To me, this is mostly boring, but it looks like it has potential. But I would have rather they have put out a complete awesome game first, instead of a sort of shallow, mediocre game with the intent to build on it as a game as service. That's just me, though. And I know I'm in the minority. I know it looks like everybody's hype is shit on this game because it's got good graphics. But, I mean, you don't even get to see them 90% of the time because the camera is so ADD. And the screen shake is going on, and the motion blur is going on, and the camera is trying to give you cinematic, like, camera angles in the middle of fighting, which is not what you want it to do. And you end up just not being able to see much. Like, game's kind of a blur in combat. So, I don't know. For me, I'm a thumbs down in it. I don't think it's trash. Like, I don't think it's the worst game ever made. I just don't think it's worth $60. It might be worth $60 a year from now, but I think right now they probably should just have put it out for like $30. It's a game of service, right? Put the framework, which is all this is, framework out for $30, and then try to peddle your wares. But to me, it's not a full game.